Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a bonus new moon for the month of April tarot oracle reading. And Sagittarius, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Sagittarius, we all do have a little bit of Sagittarius in us somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, which house is Sagittarius in? That's where this energy will show up for you. This is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. But having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That will give you further clarity as to your situation now. Here we go. We're going to go with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and we do have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is rushing in here. The Knights would work for the King and Queen delivering messages. So this represents communication or some information coming in. The Knight of Swords is sometimes considered like a fool rushing in. You can see he's in a very big hurry. He's either running from something or in a panic running to something. And so you can see by his energy, his element is the sword. And the sword represents our mental intelligence, our discipline of our mind, our thoughts. And of course those thoughts are spoken or written by word, and that's how they're expressed. Now the Knight of Swords, this energy, it's really interesting because on February 17th we moved into the year of the fiery horse energy in the Chinese New Year. And so the fiery horse energy is, you know, like very free-spirited, and it makes you want to set really high goals. It's in matters of love, it's very heartfelt and passionate. But the danger with this energy is being impulsive, which, you know, this knight has a red flag on his helmet here. And we can only see, he only has half the information because we can't only see half his sword, and we can't see the point. So he's rushing, he's pushing his horse to the point of exhaustion, and this represents another problem with the fire horse energy. This is exactly the energy you do not want to be in for 2006, and it's with us until 2027. And so this is talking about, you know, impulsive behavior, pushing yourself so hard that you collapse, basically. You don't make it to the finish line because you've pushed yourself too hard, burnt yourself out. And so this is an example right here of exactly how not to handle, how to be in this energy. Especially Sagittarius, you are actually, the Sagittarius energy is very, very much like the fiery horse energy. So it's for you, it's extremely important not to get too fired up because you're adding fire to fire basically here. So you do not want to be impulsive and get hot-headed and then end up like, you know, rushing in, and you don't know, like, you don't have all the facts. Being like, this horse is being pushed through barren land and they're against the wind. And even the sky looks like it's jagged, like it's not, you know, this is not productive energy right now. So be careful of that this year. Also, we have, that's I want to get the energy from the bottom of the deck. So from the bottom of the deck, we have the sun coming in. Yay! This is good news, Sagittarius, because this is saying that this is the happiest card in the deck. The sun is representing God, and and this is you, again, another horse here. This is you as a child, riding fearlessly on this horse, no reins needed. You're carrying this heavy banner, and you're doing it with ease. There's no fear here whatsoever. And the sunflowers are all shining, and they're all following the sun, and you're on, you know, this is the happiest card in the deck. And it also, when this shows up, it makes the rest of the cards, it influences the rest of the cards to be happy as well. So this is representing your internal forces at this time. So your internal force is God's with you. Whatever's going on with you, just know God is with you. If you feel like you're alone, you're not. And this is going to means that It's going to give you information, the information that you need, and you're going to be happy with the outcome. All right, good news. So maybe the fire horse energy is rushing towards this energy, which you can't blame them, but slow down. You're moving too fast. Yes, the Hierophant is coming in. So if there's a situation that you're in where you're requiring justice, the Hierophant represents traditional structure. The Hierophant is responsible for distributing justice on the third dimensional world, and also he's representing, like, if you are someone who believes in religion, then this would represent, the Pope, the Cardinal, the Bishop, the heads of the church, your gurus, that kind of energy. If you're more of a spiritual person and that you go straight to the source yourself, this represents God himself, and it represents you going inward, meditating, praying to speak with God, like, what do I need to do here? I need your help. Then this energy comes down to the earth, and it's representing the legal systems, the courts, the law and order, the people that make the laws of the land to make things fair and just. So this energy can be talking about, judges and lawyers and prosecutors and police chiefs, that kind of energy, bringing some justice into a situation where there hasn't been justice. We have, the energy is having been left out in the cold and feeling isolated. And generally this is speaking about being in an energy of, there's some pentacles missing as well, because you don't have what you need, even though you should, basically. So there's 5 pentacles here, and there should be, like you have the ability of having 10 with the tarot. So this card quite often represents an energy of tactics being used against you to cause you to be isolated from society and be left out in the cold. This person that's on crutches here also has a bell around their neck. In the old days, in the days of the plague, they didn't have apps to isolate people and keep them from being able to take part in society. So what they would do is hang a bell around their neck, a big bell. And when they came into town, that bell would, they could be heard for miles before they arrived, making it very difficult to get a job, as you can imagine. And then this is someone, that's walking barefoot in the snow. So this card of tactics, this is my card of tactics being played out. These tactics, if you think of them as snowflakes, anyone can handle a flake or two, but when a bunch of flakes get together and they add up, they can become very heavy and collapse your house in. So this is a calculated effort to isolate you and make it impossible for you to earn a living. And the pentacles actually represent your lifestyle, and clearly this is not a lifestyle anybody wants to live. So whatever those tactics are, there's 7 tactics that were identified by Edward Snowden, and those are the ones that we all tend to use, is what I noticed. And he said the government was using these tactics, and corporations, where this was about 20 years ago, of using tactics that they were not supposed to be using to invade people's personal privacy, and identified them. And then he's in Russia now. I don't know the legalities of it. Some people consider him a hero. Some people consider him to be a traitor. I just noticed that the tactics that he spoke of are tactics we all use. And if we're going to use them, then of course, if we're going to employ tactics to do this to other people, then the government, of course, we're the ones that hire the government. So we're going to employ people that also use those tactics. So it's up to all of us to stop using tactics on each other to put people in this position. And it's usually, why would people do that? Usually follow the money. It usually is, some people will do anything for money. It's just the way it is. This is talking about being in a position where you have a closed mind. And this is saying that you feel like there's only 2 ways to do something, this way or that way. And this energy is, it's having a very closed mind. These swords represent your discipline of your mind, and also your mental intelligence and your ability to process thoughts. And just like here, so this energy, these swords are actually double-edged swords. So if you use your intuition along with your logic, then you would be able to get a creative solution to any problem. And so there's not only two ways to do this. This is like this or that, my way or the highway. And we just had a new moon on the 18th of March, and that was in the sign of Pisces. And the energy then, and it's still, you know, is good advice now, is have an open mind here, and make sure that you use your intuition as well as your logic to get creative solutions. There's never only just two ways to do anything. There's got to be a better way, and you'll think of it if you use both. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knights would deliver messages, as I said. Now this is the energy, the two extremes of the Knights. This Knight is the slowest moving Knight of the four. And the Knight of Pentacles, like his horse is literally at a standstill. You don't want to have like a board meeting with yourself every time you make a decision in life. So you have to, you know, he takes his time to make sure that he makes the right decision. And sometimes by the time the information gets to you, you don't need it anymore. It's too late. So this is two extremes of the fire horse energy. And, you know, but if I was going to pick one, I would say you're better off being more sure of yourself than being impulsive at this time. It's just not beneficial energy at all. And so the Knight of Pentacles, the good thing is when he does come in with his message, it's usually a solid offer. It's something that he's looked into, and it says to the best of his knowledge, it's true information. And that's where we all need to be these days, because there's a lot of energy out there right now. You know, we've had that big drop of all those files. We have the war in Iran going on right now. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of AI. And it can be really dangerous right now to be impulsive and hot-headed and get yourself in situations that you really don't want to be in. I would choose this over this, but I'm saying hurry up and get your Knight of Pentacles. But when he comes in, this will be something to do with Pentacles. And as I said, Pentacles, you know, they're about your health, your wealth, and your happiness. So you could have all the money in the world and still not be in a position where you're living your best lifestyle. And so this information is about something to do with this lifestyle being here for sure. And we have the Hierophant here. So there's something that happened here and you don't really see a way out. Like you're trying to find a way out and you can't. Well, it's hard when you're in this position to even think straight, because you're cold, clearly. You're out in the snow with bare feet and no coat. You know, it's not that great. So this is saying the information is coming in, and when it does, it is going to empower you to get this justice from the Hierophant. And then we have the Page of Swords coming in. Yes. So then once this information comes in, this is the energy that you want to be in for at this time. So this is really cool how it's showing. Like it's really showing how if you want to come to creative solutions, if you're in a position like this, a closed mind is your worst enemy. You're an open mind, especially after with the Pisces moon just having happened in the sign or the new moon being in the sign of Pisces. An open mind and using your intuition is the most valuable asset that you have in this energy, because it allows you to really go inward and also have a clear mind as to being able to see the opportunities in front of you. So when the Knight of Pentacles comes in, then you'll see it as an opportunity and say, okay, I know what to do now. And that's this card. So the Page of Swords now is like a breath of fresh air. I know what to do. It's an aha moment. And we have the full moon coming up here on the 1st of April. And this full moon is in the sign of Libra. And the Libra full moon is full of solutions. And that's what what is it today? The 26th, so 27. It's about 6 days away. So this energy here is really the energy you want to be in, getting into an open mind, so that when this information does come to you, you will, the full moon coming up on the 1st is going to be very supportive of aha moments, like where you're like, I got it, I know what to do. That kind of energy is really strong. In the next few days, you'll start feeling it coming in. And so this Page of Swords, the pages would work for the king and the queen, and they would deliver messages as well. And you notice that this energy here represents this knight when he was younger. And so this energy is talking about having like that calmness, like of having experienced a bunch of fear in life and that kind of energy. So I feel like, you know, the Page of Swords, they would work for the king and queen when they were about 7 to 14. They would start, and, you know, they would come from the families in the area that were higher upper class, you know, well educated, and they would train to work with the king and the queen. And then they would, you know, their main task would be delivering messages and doing small tasks. And as they got older, by the time they were 21, if they were doing a good job and they could afford a horse, then they could be allowed to possibly be put up for knighthood. So this energy is talking about a fresh thought and being able to look at things from a different perspective. The pages generally are very focused on their element. That this is the one page that is looking away from his element. And that's because he already knows what the question is. He already knows what he's thinking. Now he wants to look away from it and think outside of the box. And then, you know, and use his intuition and add it to his logic to see, okay, what is this about? And this is also really about training your mind to be disciplined, like not jumping to the first conclusion and not letting your emotions take charge, you know, like, so you're reacting to what's happening instead of responding to it. And so this energy, I always think of golfers when I see this energy. Golf is a very mental sport, and so it's kind of the kind of energy when you go out on the golf course in the very first hole, you just blow it, you know, and you see people and they're throwing their clubs, damn it, you know, it's so frustrating. And so this energy is about, you know, having that discipline where when you get to the next hole, all of a sudden you get a hole in one, because you don't let your game spiral downward. You pull your shift together, you know, you pull yourself together and you calm yourself down and you tell your mind, shut up, I'm going to go in and I'm going to get a hole in one. And you do. It's that kind of energy. So you have the ability to do this. You have control over your internal forces. And so use it. Use it or lose it. That's the energy here. So then we have... yeah, and that puts you on a totally different journey. I love this. So this is awesome energy, Sagittarius. Just be careful of that, because when you're a fire sign and you're in the fiery horse energy, you already have lots of fire, Sag. You don't need more. You don't need to add fuel to the fire when you're in this kind, like if you're in an upset energy. You know, you must know that about yourself by now. So the 0 card here, the Fool, this represents this journey is now over. This card is saying once you get this aha moment, you are going to be like, I got it, I know what to do. And then that starts you an entirely different cycle, one that's going to be much happier than this one. And this information about the Pentacles is going to be very beneficial to you. Pay attention right now. It's your best friend right now, is paying attention to your intuitive thoughts as well as your logical thoughts, and being in a calm energy like the Knight of Pentacles, where you stop to think and stop to pause, you know. And this information will come to you, and it'll be like a light bulb goes off in your head. That's the picture I'm seeing. This is going to put you on this totally different journey from what you're on. And that's, I feel like, when the happy comes in. Yay, thank you, God. And so we have this energy here. This is your identity, how you identify yourself right now, that like you want to know the truth and you want justice. And this is talking about having been left out in the cold, and you know that you're worth way more than this, and you know something happened, and you know that there was a lot of people involved. but no one is, you don't have the power to change it. You need someone who has the power to change it, to actually follow the law instead of adding to the problem. That's the kind of energy we have here. It's when people that are in power aren't doing their job properly, basically. They're you know, whatever has happened, like the systems are breaking down, it's not working. And so then this is the communication in early life. And so, you know, you might have come from a family that had closed mind, like taught you like to be in that energy where, you know, sometimes in the old days before helicopter parenting, if your parent said to you, you know, no, you can't do that, and you'd say, why? They'd say, because I said so. And that was the end of it. Like there was no, you know, rationalizing or anything with it. So there's good and bad about that. But there was no point in arguing with them because they said it and they meant it, and that was the end of it. Done. And so that's kind of a closed mind energy. So the home and family, the emotional foundation, yeah, it's talking about using logic and being, you know, strategic in your energy. And it's also talking about having an appreciation of the value of a dollar, like the value of a pentacle and what it can produce for you. And when the thing about the Knight of Pentacles, when he comes in with this information, it's not just about one pentacle. It's usually about like a lot of pentacles. It can be generational wealth, or you know, like legacy of some sort coming in towards you, something you didn't know about that's very valuable. And then this is talking about that breath of fresh air, so your creativity. I don't see romance in here more. I feel like this is more about, you know, your career and that kind of energy. But what's interesting with this Libra full moon right now, it's on April 1st, as I said, and April 1st is April Fool's Day. You know, so look at that energy coming in, right? And so April Fool's Day is when people play a lot of tricks on other people until about noon. I think that's the way it works. So keep that in mind on April Fool's Day. You know, when that full moon comes in Libra, the morning could be really stupid. And remember, it's April Fool's Day. Like as if we don't have enough AI crap out there, we're gonna have like probably way more on April Fool's Day. So I'd say I don't think I'm even going to bother opening my computer until after till 1 o'clock. That's the kind of energy. It's going to be stupid, I'm sure. I can just feel it coming. And so this is the energy of the full moon, though, is about the Libra energy is very about compromise. And the Aries, when the Libra energy is exactly opposite Aries in the horoscope. And so whatever your opposite sign is in the horoscope, that energy is, it's like opposing, basically. And with the moon being in Libra, Libra is about compromise, it's about being mature, it's about caring about your significant other. So all of my readings have been very much geared towards significant partners, like in your love life. But this also can be significant partners like that you did business with, or commitments that you've made, that kind of energy. And so this is, the Libra energy says, let's compromise. And the Aries energy says, no way. I want to, I'm going to assert myself here. And my needs matter. It's that kind of energy back and forth. And so sometimes this can be, like the Libra energy is very diplomatic and wants everything to be fair. And the Aries energy will be like, no, like I want to be authentic and I'm not going to pretend I'm, someone that I'm not, that kind of energy. So this is what this Libra full moon is about. And it also can bring a sudden awareness to areas that are really a problem that maybe you didn't see before in your relationship with your significant other. And so if it's not a lover, then, or a spouse, then it quite likely could be someone that you're in partnership with in a business, or someone or that you've made a commitment to, or a group that you've made a commitment to. And you know, there's definitely something not right here, because this is like being isolated from society purposely, like people using tactics to put you here. So let's see what's going on, because the other thing is to keep in mind that when you get those aha moment, that then you can start to put strategies in place for being able to move forward in a strong way. And so that's when the happy starts coming in. So let's see what's happening in the happy. So the external forces are, you're not saying, what if this happens anymore? It's already happened. But it's more like, what if I do this? Now, what if I do this? Will that solve the problem? And so, but the external forces are the EFs. So that's when you're saying what the EF happened. And what happened is external forces came in that you could not control. You cannot control what other people say or do. And you cannot control like the economy yourself and all of, you know, that there's war in the world and all of that energy. The price of gas right now, you don't have any control over that. But you do have control over whether you're going to react to it or you're going to respond to it in a calm manner. And so the external forces, we have this energy here. So this is basically saying the King of Pentacles is someone who is admired for their business acumen. So this is someone who understands the value of a dollar, and also is really good at business and bringing thoughts down into earth. Remember, the pentacles represent the earth. So this could represent someone that is maybe like the head financial advisor of a large corporation. It could be the minister of finance in a country. This could be the energy of an entrepreneur who's very, very successful. This energy also could be about banking and being, someone who's higher placed in the banking industry. Plus we have the energy of, what else? Real estate for sure. The element is the element of earth, and of course that would include real estate. The king has grapes all over his robe here. And the reason he has grapes all over his robe is this is someone that is known for being able to, like, grapes are considered a luxury. And this is someone that's able to grow them and make money from them. And so that's like saying, okay, like this person knows how to apply themselves to something. But he's an external force here, and he's coming up. So we're going to see, like, is this someone, there's two choices here. This could be someone that is going to empower you to fix this situation, or this, because it's an external force, could be part of the reason why you're in this situation. So let's see what's going on here. We have the star energy. Okay, so the star is talking about your destined path, just like here. So this is saying that this change is going to be, you're going to get back on your destined path here. God is helping, God and the universe are collaborating to get you back where you need to be. And if there was money missing from a situation where tactics were used to take it, then this energy here could represent someone that knows the ropes of the banking and all of that kind of energy and was part of the problem. Or it could be someone who is part of the solution. So we're going to have to just keep looking at this. But this is saying either way, you're going to get back on your path. And this is, the star energy is you have your own special, unique qualities. And like a lot of times, like when there's real big energies happening in the world like there is right now, we can feel really helpless. You know, what is one person supposed to do? Well, the one thing you can do is be the best version of you. And that's what this is. You were born to shine. You were born to be a star. You're not an insignificant dot. You do belong, you have your own special qualities that you bring to earth that are part of God's plan. And that's important. And this is about adding your, like she's got her right foot in the water saying, I'm taking action. I'm going to pour my own special qualities and add them to the universe here, to the universal waters. And then I'm going to take that and pour it onto earth. And there's 5 streams here, which represent the pentacles, the points of the pentacle. So this energy is talking about, okay, you're back in this position where you've got, you're starting to get your power back. And this card, one thing I want to say also is sometimes when we're younger, we feel like we just never fit in. And so you might be one of those oddballs that never fit in no matter what. But this has been taken to the oomph degree. And this energy sometimes can say, if you were born to be a star, then you weren't meant to fit in. God made you especially so that you didn't fit in. So you're not supposed to be a piece in the puzzle. You're supposed to be the one putting the puzzle together. So this is also, this card is in your position of commitments, partnerships, and marriage. So this is talking about that you could be married to a star, or you're in the star energy, and someone that you meet that is, if you're not in a relationship, is going to come in and empower you. We've got a lot of sirens out here. I don't know what's going on out there, but they're just going by, so hopefully you can hear okay. I've got a noise canceling mic on, but it's pretty loud out there. It's going away now. So, okay, so we have, this energy is either, let's see if we can see what's going on in the external forces. We have a transition happening, and that again is saying that this is ending, a new cycle is beginning, you're in this energy. This is about this position here. This transition card is in your transition position. So it's like doubling up, saying definitely this is coming to an end here. And the Grim Reaper energy, a lot of times people are really concerned when they see this card, but it doesn't usually represent death, like as in someone dying, that kind of energy. It represents the end of a cycle and the rebirth of a new one. And it's the promise of there being light at the end of the tunnel that, and I feel like this is true of what's going on in the world right now. We can get really, really upset and really frightened about the change coming in, and that's what this older person is doing. They don't want the change to come in, but the younger people here are like, no, like this little child is like holding a flower out, and that's representing that, sometimes something has to end for something new to begin. And we have to be, we have to be able to handle change. Change is happening whether we like it or not. There's no stopping change. This older person is bartering with the, Grim Reaper, and it's like, there's no point in doing that. And also the king has been trampled here. And so this isn't really about a king being trampled. This is representing things that you never thought would change, like governments that you never thought could fall, and monarchy, like, for instance, we just had, for the first time in, like, I don't know, they say something like 3 centuries, someone from the monarchy in England has been arrested. This is like unheard of. Like, it's like, what? It's that kind of energy, like I never thought that would happen kind of energy. And sometimes this can represent, like something that like we love to do, and we've always loved to do it, and we, we're like, I'm going to be doing this till the end of my life. I just love doing this. And then you wake up one day and you're like, I think I'm going to do something else. And it's shocking to you because it's like, where did that come from? I never thought I would quit doing that. But it's that kind of energy where there's a definite transition in your lifestyle and in what you enjoy and what you don't anymore. And then we have a cup of love coming in. So this could be representing, if you don't have a partner, someone coming in. This is the knight. Look at all the horses we have here, Sagittarius. This is, we're only missing one horse now. Well, we have the Grim Reaper horse. We have the Knight of Swords horse. We have the pony when you were young. And we have the Knight of Pentacles, and now the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is the knight in shining armor, the one who rescues us. Yay! This is someone who's, dressed the part, and they're the ones that you read about in the romance novels and see in the movies. The prince that comes in and they actually have a cup of love and they're put together and they're classy, and you can have, that it's an energy that you can enjoy. So this is about your higher learning coming in. Really cool. All these horses for Sag. It's so funny. Oh, and then look at this. Whoops. I grabbed two cards, but so this one is talking about, well, I may as well put this one out because they're just falling out, the cards. Okay, so this one goes here and this one goes here. All right, those are the cards, and they're like, let's get out there, let's talk about it. Okay, we are. Slow down. So that, yeah, there's some cup of love coming in. And this can sometimes be something you love to do or be, as well as like a romantic partner. But I feel like because star energy is here now, and we're talking about the external forces coming in, this could be someone that could, maybe it's the King of Pentacles turns out to be like someone that you end up being in a relationship with, because he's sitting right here on this new journey. And then the transition happens because you have someone that knows what to do here to alleviate this situation. And then we have this energy here of an offer of love coming in. And so this is the energy that for the external forces. So this could mean that your partner is a star as well. Someone that, has their own special, well, everybody does, but this is talking about someone with an extra bit of shine to them. So that's really cool. And then we have this energy here of your career and reputation. So this is saying like, this energy is talking about actions that you have, like seeds you've planted by your actions, basically, and they grow into these wands. And so they're full of the harvest of what you are reaping, basically. What did you grow with your actions and your thoughts, etc. And so some of these could be just totally laden with fruit, and that's why they're so heavy. But this person, there's the saying, you can't see the forest due to the trees. And that means that sometimes we get so caught up in the details of things that we can't see the big picture. And so this is talking about, this person is almost home with his harvest. And so this harvest could be, a combination of things that are really awesome as well. It could be burdens that you're carrying. You could, for instance, you could have purchased a home, say 5 years ago, and you love it, and you're happy you bought it, and it's been really good to you, you've enjoyed it, but now your circumstances have changed and you want to move, and you can't because like you have to sell the house and the market's really soft and you have to do some work on it. So then it is still an asset, but it feels like a burden to you because it's slowing you down from doing what you want to do. And sometimes this can just be burdens of other people that we're carrying. And if that's the case, if you're carrying any burdens from anyone else, put them down in the field right there and drop the load, because it's not benefiting you to carry other people's burdens. And then like he's so close to home. So this is saying like sometimes, sometimes you don't know how close you are to almost having what you want. And that's when a lot of people quit. They just get so tired, they don't want to do it. That's the danger of this fire horse energy, is burning yourself out just when you're at the finish line. So this is saying, put your burdens down, put down any burdens that you can right now. And then this is the position of blessings coming in, and this is the fire horse energy. Now you notice that he doesn't have a red flag on his helmet here. He has like this, he has a plume. And so he knows he's a hothead, but he has learned to rein that in. He's got his wand here, and this is about passion, and he's learned to rein that in as well. He knows like he's fiery, and his horse is fighting him, and the horse represents the emotions. The horse is rearing up, but he still is in control of this horse, and the horse knows it. And so because of that, because he's reining in his emotions and he's reining in his temper, that kind of energy, he's in control of the situation. And so this is talking, and this is very similar. This is again talking about the fire horse energy. If you want blessings to come in, you need to remain calm right now. Like, it's just not productive to be in an aggressive, like don't go out of your way to find fights or anything. This is a rebel with a cause. So this energy. And then we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords coming in here now. This is more like in secrets coming to an end, and your spiritual world and your physical world coming together. So God is making sure that this energy comes in, the truth comes in. This represents someone. The King of Swords is very highly respected as well, and the King of Swords, he understands that words can be used as weapons, and they can also be used to uplift people. And so this is a double-edged sword. It's also, are you going to use your intuition and your logic so that you can come to creative solutions instead of maybe, you know, losing your temper and saying things that you wish you wouldn't have said, kind of energy. And so this is, the King of Swords would be someone who's in the, he might be a politician, someone that uses his words to be able to earn his living, not like someone that does hard labor. So physically. So this energy is someone, it could be like it could be a surgeon, because with the knife here, someone who's got a real brilliant mind. And it could be politicians. If it's a politician, it could even be a king, you know. It could be a president, a prime minister of a country, someone that's very high up. Ministers in the federal government, you know, that kind of energy. This could be a head prosecutor, judges, lawyers. If it's a lawyer, it would be a lawyer very high up, that's in a, you know, established in as a partner in a firm that's well known. This energy can represent influencers, like online influencers. It could represent a best-selling author. It's that kind of energy. And so, but this is saying that someone, like, there's two external forces coming in here that are very helpful, and there's a lot of there's love coming in, and there's like helpful information coming in. You need to put your burdens down if it's something that is heavy for you to carry right now. Put it down, especially if it belongs to someone else. You may have someone in your life that was involved in this kind of energy, and you don't want them to get in trouble too, but it's too late for that. It's already, whatever's been done here is being sorted out by the Most High, and it's, you know, it is what it is. And so for if this is enough information for you and you're like, okay, this is kind of describing my situation, I'm going to keep a calm head. I'm going to, you know, be as calm as I can in this energy. That's awesome. Good plan. And please do give it a like and comment if it's been beneficial for you. I really would appreciate it. It helps me build my channel. For those of you who would like further clarity, I'm going to use my Oracle, Tales from the Vector, and that's TAILS. I started working on this. Like, there's just sirens been constantly for the last 5 minutes here. So I don't know what's going on out there. We have, I started this in 2007. In 2020, I completed the 64th painting. Some of them were really big paintings. It took me a while. And now I'm getting ready to bring it out. And so I want to play with it with online and with more people here. You may have noticed what is written word, like what looks good on paper, doesn't always pan out when you put it into action. So that's why I have a lot of written information, but I want to play with the cards now that I have the whole deck done. The numbers on these cards represent the paintings in the order they are in my gallery on my website, and that's talesfromthevector.com. I'll put them in the order they appear here, and I'll have it in the description box below if you want to check it out. So we have the first card coming in to clarify is, yes, the sun on this energy saying calm down. The God, like God's energy is here. This is part of God's plan is for you to settle this energy and be back in a position that's powerful for you. We have the Magician energy. So this is saying there's going to be an energetic upgrade coming your way. Stay calm. Again, the Magician is able to bring from the heavens what he was meant to have, his thoughts and his energies, down to the physical planet. And then we have the energy of a shooting star. So this is saying, you know, what you wish upon a star, and then your dreams come true. But this is saying that you have to have a good attitude and put some of your own energy into it. You can't just sit there. I wished upon a star, and now I'm just going to sit here and wait for everything to fall in my lap. You have to put, if you want to have a strong future, you need to participate in it. We have the Libra energy coming in, and I feel that's representing this energy of the full moon coming through here on the 1st. And this energy also is representing like when someone's mature and ready to make commitments that are strong. So maybe in the past you were younger and your partner or your spouse or whatever this energy was that got involved in this was not that, you know, was kind of immature and didn't understand what a commitment truly was. And, you know, sometimes when we're young, of course we're going to make mistakes. So it's that kind of energy. Maybe they got in with the wrong crowd kind of energy. But I just want to say that when these cards, horoscope cards, come in my readings, I'm not talking about individual people. I'm talking about the energy of the sign. And so we can learn a lot from all the signs. We all have, well, we don't necessarily have all of the signs, but we do have usually quite a few of them, like most of them. So we can learn from the energy, and instead of learning things the hard way. So this is about being a mature adult, and in matters of love, you know, because this energy is very intense between couples right now and partners, people that were, you know, really significant in our lives. We have the Aquarius energy, and so that is saying that this is talking about your intellect, but that you also have to experiment. So if something's not working for you, you don't want to sit there and stubbornly say, well, I'm just going to keep doing it that way. It's my way or the highway. That's not going to be beneficial energy for you in this kind of time right now. This is saying, take little small actions in a new direction and experiment, and then observe what happens. Does it get better? If it gets better, double up on that. If it gets worse, then stop doing whatever that is. It's not working. Then we have the Lovers here, and so this is talking about this information about the Pentacles could have to do with a lover of yours, and that makes sense because it's kind of here too. Once this information comes in, you're on a different level, and you've got this star energy coming in that's going to empower you. We have the Manipura is like the solar plexus, and so this is talking about having the courage to face whatever the information is and come to a strong action. Like if you're in a situation where there's people whose burdens you're carrying, put them down. You're going to have to put them down. You can't, it's too much for you, and you're just going to burn yourself out, and then you're not going to be able to empower anyone. And this is talking about the journey that you were on here was the involvement here of whatever was happening in here was a foolish cycle. Like there was expectations that people would get away with doing this, and there was expectations that you had that created limitations in your relationship. And maybe you weren't seeing the person as clearly as you could have been, and you weren't paying attention, you know, to your intuition. And maybe you were holding on really, really tight and not letting go of the burdens that you shouldn't carry anymore. It's not going to benefit you. It's not going to benefit anyone. So we have abusive power sitting on this energy here. So maybe this is saying that the energy was someone that is that maybe you looked up to, a mentor, or even someone that, you know, in your community that you really thought, wow, like I want to be like that one day. And now you're finding out that they were actually abusing their power. This is pretty clear. It's right here on this energy here. And this is external forces. Now we have this King of Swords coming in, which could be the lawyer energy that deals with all of this. And that's why then, and maybe your lover was involved with this person, you know, could be something to do with that. But like that's kind of made it clear. It's unfortunate, but that I can see why you would be burdened by that for sure if that was the case. But we have the Sagittarius. Here you are representing yourself saying, this, you are a star. So don't doubt it for a second. And that you deserve to be able to expand here. And you're supposed to be in this energy here. This is how you were born to be, like on your destined path, happy. And that's where God wants to see you moving forward again. And that the pentacles that are missing are going to be returned to you 100-fold. And that it's already happening in the ethers, basically. Because for you to bring your special qualities in, that was destined for you so that you could do God's plan. Not so that other people could take it from you and not do God's plan. And so we have the Aries energy coming in. Yeah, there is the Aries. Remember, the Aries energy is fighting with the Libra, and look at, they're right across from each other here. And so this is talking about all these transitions are happening right now. In the astrological influences from the end of February and the beginning of March were so intense. We had Neptune and Saturn, which are big, huge planets, moved into the sign of Aries. Venus, which is about love, moved into Aries. Mercury and the North Node energy on the 23rd, which is following this energy, they moved into the sign of Aries. So everything is a lot more assertive and aggressive and different from how it was before. And we're seeing that in the planet right now. There's big shifts happening. And so it's kind of talking about that. But if this is really good to see. This is saying this new cup of love that's coming in is going to be, you can anticipate the journey. This is going to bring you back into your energy to be able to be on your star level path. You're going to be able to shine again. So get that buffer out. So that this new person coming into your life could be the King of Swords, and that they're the one that straightens this out for you. So this could be someone that is very intellectual and has, you know, very intelligent and maybe be a genius. They figure out a way out of all of this for you. We have superstar. Put down those burdens and allow yourself to have harmony in your life. Speak your truth. If there's been something going on, you're going to need to tell, like, you know, if it's people that you love that are in your energy and they've gone to this kind of length, they're no friend of you. Like if you thought, oh, these are my people though, these are my friends. No, they're not. They were pretending to be your friends. And even sometimes it could be family, or it could be someone you really love. But if they have done this, if they're doing this to you, they probably have done it to other people as well. And so it's not up to you. It's God. God is saying the Hierophant is here, justice is coming in, and that's the way it's going to be. And then we have Leo energy coming in. So the Leo energy is about being a strong leader, and that's a rebel with a cause. Like when the rebel with, like when the Sagittarius energy is determined to move forward in a strong way, that fire and that passion are used for strong reasons instead of being impulsive. And it's also saying that perception here. So I feel like basically this is, you know, someone here in your energy was involved with other people, it feels like. And this is a lover. Was not just maybe stepping out on you, because it's saying that the grass is greener on the other side. So they thought that they would rather be with someone other than you, and they would rather spend that money with someone other than you, but it was your money. It's saying that a lover was involved. And so the thing is they're going to find out that the grass was greener because it was fake. And so quite often that's the way it is, you know. So this is a really interesting reading. It's it's expansive. It's talking a lot about the energies out there in the world right now. And it may also be talking about a situation that you're in some way here. So there's a lot of different variations being shown here in this energy. So I do hope you have enjoyed it and that you have received some benefit from it. Give it a like and comment. If that's so, I would really appreciate it. Also consider subscribing. I would be honored if you did so. And I will be back with another astrological reading. That one will be about the beginning of April. So we'll see what happens here. It's some wild days on the earth right now. Bye for now. Sorry, I gotta wake you up, kitty.